Welcome to the Dip Dive. Today, we're tackling a really fascinating modern riddle. It seems to puzzle even the most successful people. Why do so many highly wealthy individuals find themselves, richer in assets, but actually poorer in time?
Right.
We're always told that big financial success buys ultimate freedom, but for, well, a surprising number, the reality is the opposite. They're just incredibly time poor.
Yeah.
So what's really going on here? What are the hidden forces kind of defying that conventional wisdom?
It's a really powerful paradox, isn't it?
Yeah.
And our sources, they dive deep into this. It absolutely challenges that basic assumption, that money just equals time.
Yeah.
The reality, as we'll sort of unpack, is way more complex.
Yeah.
And honestly, quite sobering for many.
Okay, so if we look inside first,
Yeah.
what's the biggest internal hurdle or the psychological shift that leads to this time poverty, even with all the wealth?
Well, it's definitely more nuanced than just saying ambition.
Yeah.
A primary driver, and the material we looked at really emphasizes this, is a kind of pervasive psychological shift we now call hustle culture.
Hustle culture.
Yeah. Our research points to busyness not just being a state, but it's almost become a conspicuous consumption of time.
Conspicuous consumption of time. Interesting. Like showing off how busy you are.
Exactly. It's not the luxury car anymore. It's showing you have no free time. Studies highlight this busyness bragging, especially in professional circles. Being constantly on is almost this perverse status symbol. It signals demand, self-worth.
Wow. So, okay, it's not just about earning. It's like work becomes this core pillar of your identity. And if you step away, it feels like a threat to who you actually are.
Precisely. And this isn't just some cultural fad. It taps into really deep psychological needs, for competence, for belonging. Work gives you both.
Right.
So stepping away isn't just, oh, I might lose income. It feels like a threat to your self-worth. That's a concept really well documented in occupational psychology. And this feeds right into what we call the hedonic treadmill. But for these high achievers, our sources suggest it's not just about wanting more. It's often tied to this cognitive bias where they consistently underestimate how satisfied they'll be in the future. They're just perpetually chasing a moving target. Yeah. One study, for example, showed a huge percentage of high earners felt similar levels of financial stress as people earning like a third less because their idea of enough just keeps expanding exponentially.
Okay, so those internal drives, the busyness, the identity, they're really powerful. But what about external pressures? It can't just be personal ambition pushing this, right? These high-income jobs, they come with their own specific expectations.
Oh, absolutely. External factors pile on. Think about fields like global finance, high-stakes law, or, fast-moving tech. There's often this unspoken 24/7, always-on expectation.
Right. The phone never stops buzzing.
Exactly. Global markets don't sleep, so you feel like you can't either. It just blurs the lines completely between work and personal life. True disconnection. It's incredibly difficult.
And then there's that thing. It often happens subtly. Income grows, and so does spending. Our sources call it lifestyle creep. It's kind of ironic, isn't it? We think of paycheck to paycheck as a struggle for people with less money. But this deep dive shows it's a very real trap for high earners, too, just, with more zeros involved.
Indeed. And this is exactly where that gilded cage idea comes in. It becomes really relevant. People take on these huge commitments, big mortgages, private school fees, maybe luxury cars or holidays.
Yeah, the expensive stuff.
Right. And these things quickly feel non-negotiable. So these expenses then demand they keep working those long hours, not for more freedom down the line, but just to sustain their current lifestyle.
Wow.
The perceived need to maintain that standard makes scaling back feel, well, almost impossible.
It often starts, though, as a conscious choice, doesn't it? You think, okay, I'll work these crazy hours now, grind it out to buy freedom later. But why does that trade-off become so ingrained? Why isn't it just a temporary phase?
That's a crucial question. Our sources point to a behavioral economics principle here. It's called loss aversion.
Loss aversion, okay.
Once people get used to a certain income level or a certain status, the idea of losing it by reducing hours or stepping back, that perceived loss feels way bigger, disproportionately greater than the potential gain of getting free time back.
Ah, okay. So the fear of losing what you have outweighs the desire for more time.
Exactly. And the increasing demands and the financial rewards just keep reinforcing this pattern. It makes stepping away incredibly hard, even when they're maybe well past that initial freedom-buying goal.
And that sounds like a really vicious cycle. The more they earn, the less they can justify spending time on anything that isn't, directly making money.
Right.
And this often leads to burnout, right? stress-related illnesses,
Hmm.
which then, ironically, just wipes out their ability to enjoy life even if they did suddenly get leisure time.
Precisely. There's this powerful um, illusion that money just flat out buys happiness. But the reality, as this deep dive really shows, is that the relentless chase for it, especially in this kind of high-achieving world, often costs the very well-being and the actual time